In this video, we're gonna talk about the introduction to quadratic equation. But before we can start with that, let's have a quick review on the degree of a polynomial. So main idea, the degree of a polynomial is the highest of the degrees of the polynomial's monomial or the individual terms with non-zero coefficient. So sa madaling sabi, yung degree of a polynomial ay yung pinakamataas na exponent ng isang term sa polynomial or yung monomial ng polynomial. So let's have an example. Let's say we have 3x squared plus 7x plus 3. So this is a polynomial with 3 terms. We have the 3x squared as its first term, 7x, and 3. So, ang mahati sa kanila ay yung operation na addition. So, this is a trinomial or a polynomial that has 3 terms. Then, ano yung pinakamataas na exponent ng term na to? So, yung first term, meron tayong exponent na 2. Second term, meron tayong exponent na 1. Then, dito, meron tayong 0. Kasi meron tong variable na, let's say, x raised to 0. And x raised to 0 is 1. Because any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, hindi lang natin nilalagay. Kaya kapag nakita kayo ng 3 or any number na walang variable, automatic ang kanyang exponent ay 0. Exponent ng constant, 0. So, this is a constant. It's called constant. And the exponent of constant is 0. And a variable that has no exponent, yung x lang, ganun, 7x, 3x, 4x, x, automatic, meron yun ba? Exponent na 1, kung natatandaan nyo. Then, dito may nakalagay na 2. So, ang degree ng ating polynomial is 2. So, the degree of this polynomial is 2. Degree is equal to 2. Ganun lang. Hanapin nyo lang yung pinakamataas na exponent sa polynomial. So, let's try answering this. Identify the degree of the given polynomials in one variable. So, the degree ng polynomial ng 1, ano ba pinakamataas niyang exponent? Yung exponent ni 3x, which is squared or 2. So, the degree of this polynomial, so, sulatan natin d equals 2. Then, ito number 2, ang degree niya is, so C3 is a constant, meaning siya ay can be written as 3x raised to 0 or it has an exponent of 0. Then Cx ay merong exponent na 1. So, ang degree ng polynomial natin is 1. Kasi 1 yung pinakamataas na exponent. Next, x minus 2 plus 4x raised to 4. Obvious na obvious. Ito, degree ay 4. Tandaan nyo, pinakamataas na exponent sa polynomial. 7 plus x raised to 5 minus 5x squared. O di syempre, ito, si 5. D equals 5. Then dito, x squared plus 3x cubed minus 9. D equals 3. Si 3x squared. So, now na alam na natin yung degree of a polynomial, magagamit natin to sa pag-identify if the equation is quadratic or hindi. So, let's proceed. Main idea, quadratic equation, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Where a is not equal to 0 and a, b, and c are real numbers. So, di natin driving real numbers. Real number is any number in the number line. It can be any number in a number line. So, ayun yung real number. And we have, yung a, b, c natin ay can be real number or pwede sila maging 0.5, 0.111, square root of 2, kahit ano dun. Or 10, negative 2. Review nyo lang yung real number kung nakalimutan nyo. And where a is not equal to 0, dapat daw yung a natin, ito, must not be equal to 0. So, mahalaga lang tandaan dito, quadratic equation standard form, tignan nyo, naka-raise ang degree ng polynomial na to ay 2. So, ang quadratic equation ay a polynomial that has a degree of 2. Kapag ang polynomial naka-raise sa 2, automatic yan ay quadratic equation. So, anong mga example? So, these are some of the example of quadratic equation. Let's say 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. So, this equation is a quadratic and it is also written in the standard form. Given na yung a natin is 3, didikit ko lang. Yung a natin ay ito, yung 3. And then yung x squared natin, ito yun, x squared. Diba? X squared. Then, plus, dito minus siya, pero it can be written as 3x squared plus negative 5x plus 2. Ito, naka-standard form na siya. So, plus b, yung b natin ay ito, si negative 5. Wait lang, gamit akong ibang kulay. So, si 3 ay yung a natin, then si b natin is ito, si negative 5. Then, yung c natin, or yung constant natin, yung c, ay si 2. So, a is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 5, and c is equal to 2. So, ganun lang. So, mamaya papa-identify ko sa inyo yung mga value ng a, b, and c in a given quadratic equation. So, mahalaga na maintindihan nyo to. Next example ng ating quadratic equation is ano ba? X squared plus 3x minus 2. So, ito. Ang gawin natin, sulat muna natin siya sa standard form. Paano? Kailangan natin gawin. So, dito sa standard form, lahat addition dapat. So, dapat addition lahat. Plus, plus. Then, yung a natin is, so, do you have x squared. Yung a natin, so, kapag variable lang yung nakikita nyo, meron yung numerical coefficient na 1. Kasi 1 times x squared is still x squared. Diba? 1 times x squared is still x squared. So, lahat ng mga variable na yan, basta nakita ka ng x, y, z, q, p, lahat yan, meron yung numerical coefficient na 1. So, yung a natin is equal kay 1. Hindi lang nilalagay yung 1 kasi nga, useless na rin. Automatic na meron. Then, 3x. So, yung b natin is, obviously, 3. Then, yung c natin ay, minus 2. So, minus, kailangan naka-addition lahat. Plus, plus. Ginawa kong plus, 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 negative 2. Tama? Review your integers kapag di nyo naintindihan to. So, letter C natin is negative 2. So, paano malalaman yung mga tawag dito, yung A, B, and C values ng ating quadratic equation? First, sulat natin siya in a standard form. So, let's try some example. Determine whether each equation is quadratic or not, and state the reason. 3x minus 7 equals 2. It is a quadratic or not? Not a quadratic. So, lagay ko na lang NQ, not a quadratic equation. Bakit? Kasi nga, ano ba pinakamataas niyang exponent sa polynomial na to? Ang pinakamataas niyang exponent ay ito, 1. 1 lang. Kailangan, di ba, 2. Pero sulat pa rin natin siya in standard form. Kailangan daw, gamit akong ibang tinta, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, gawin natin itong standard form. So, wala tayong x squared. Kaya din maging standard form. But let's ayusin lang natin. 3x minus 7, then si 2, lipat natin sa kabilang side. Or we can use the subtraction property of equality. So, magiging itong plus 2 equals 0. So, we can simplify 3x minus 5 equals 0. Then, nakitang-kita natin na yung exponent na pinakamataas is 1. So, hindi siya quadratic equation. Next, we have number 2. Is quadratic equation or not? First, gawin mo natin standard form para makita natin. Although, kung magaling na kayo, kitang-kita nyo kaagad na ito ay quadratic equation kasi nga yung exponent ay 2. So, kung magaling na kayo, kahit di nyo na gawin to. Pero, dahil nagsisimula pa lang tayo, let's do this in this way. So, 7x squared. Ginagawa ko, ina-arrange ko lang. Nilalagay ko sa first term yung monomial na may pinakamataas na degree. So, in this case, 7x squared yung mauuna. Plus 1/2 x. Then, si 2, lipat natin. Magiging minus 2 equal to 0. So, kita-kita naman natin na exponent niya is 2. So, this is a quadratic equation. So, quadratic siya. Next, number 3. 11 plus x squared equals 11x plus x squared minus 1. So, ito, arrange natin siya. Let's see what it would look like after we arrange this. Kailangan lahat ay malipat sa kabilang side ng equation. Lahat, itong 11x, lipat natin. Itong x squared, lipat natin. Itong negative 1, lipat natin. Pag nilipat natin sila, mababago yung sign. So, let's do that. 11 plus x squared, then lipat natin sa 11x, magiging minus 11x. Lipat natin sa x squared, magiging minus x squared. Then, lipat natin sa negative 1, magiging positive 1 or plus 1. Then, pagsamahin natin yung mga terms na magkakagaya or magkakatulad. Unang-una ay si x squared and negative x squared. So, we have x squared. Ito yon, and minus x squared. Then, we have negative 11x minus 11x. Then, ito, si 11 at si 1. Pare silang numerical, pare silang constant. Plus 11 plus 1 equals 0 pala. Equals 0. So, x squared minus x squared is 0. So, wala na matitira. Kaya, magiging minus 11x na lang. So, wala na to. Plus 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. Plus 12 equals 0. So, as you can see, ito na yung reduced form niya or yung simplified form niya. Negative 11x plus 12 equals 0. Or wala nang or. Ayan na. Yan na siya. At ang exponent niya or yung degree niya is 1. So, hindi siya quadratic equation. Not a quadratic equation. Next question. Bakit tayo nag-equal to 0? Kasi nilipat natin eh. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na quadratic equation or equation and expression. Ano pinagkaiba nun? 1 minute. So, equation at expression. So, meron tayong numerical meron tayong quadratic expression tsaka equation. Buuin ko na rin to. Equation. So, anong pinagkaiba nila? Equation versus expression. Kapag equation, from the word itself, parang equal. Meron siyang equal sign. Meron siyang two sides. Parang 5 plus 2 equals 7. So, it is an example of an equation. Expression naman kapag ganito, 5 plus 2. Para sinasabi ng bata, walang equal. 1 plus 1, bintana daw, mga ganon. Expression siya. So, parang ganito, x squared plus 2. This is an expression. Yung algebraic expression. Kanya mga 2x squared plus 3x minus 6. Expression siya. Pero kapag equation siya, pwede siyang maging ganito siya ang itsura niya. X squared plus 2 equals 0. Or 2x squared plus 3x minus 6. So, ganun equals 0. So, ganun yung pinagkaiba ng equation at expression. Equation, masosolve natin. So, here, we can find the value of x. Ano ba yung number na kapag in-squared mo at linasto mo, ang sagot 0. So, parang ganun. Ganun din to. Pag equation, masosolve natin. Kasi nga, meron equal sign. Meron tayong two sides. Sa expression, ganito lang. Wala na. Sinisimplify lang natin. So, hindi na tayo magtatagal dito kasi nga, hindi naman ito yung lesson natin. Next na agad tayo. So, this equation, the quadratic equation. Then, paano ma-identify kung siya ba ay quadratic o hindi. Para ma-identify natin, dapat ang exponent niya is, kailangan muna gawin natin siyang standard form. Then, tignan yung highest degree or yung degree ng ating polynomial. Kapag 2, automatic quadratic siya. Last example for this lesson. Example 1.2.1 in your book. Determine with the explanation whether each equation is quadratic or not. So, ganun ulit. Sulat natin in standard form. Then, let's see if it is quadratic or not. So, in number 1, we have quantity of x plus 3 times the quantity of x minus 5 equals 0. So, as you can see, naka-factor siya. Gawin natin, expand lang natin. Gamit tayo ng FOIL method. So, x times x and x times negative 5. Magiging sagot, x squared minus 5x. Then, 3 times x times 3 times negative 5. Sagot ay positive 3x minus 15. Tama. Then, simplify. X squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0 syempre. Kasi equation siya. So, this is a quadratic equation kasi yung degree ng ating polynomial is 2. So, this is a quadratic equation because the degree of the polynomial is 2. Hindi ko nasusulat. Number 2. So, ganun ulit. Quadratic ba siya? Hindi. Expand lang natin. So, ito, x times x plus 5 squared siya. So, we can expand it. Ganito yung tsura niya, x plus 5. Diba? X plus 5, quantity of x plus 5 squared is equal to x plus 5 times x plus 5. Tama? Para siyang 8 squared. 8 squared equals 8 times 8. Ganon din ginawa dito kung hindi nyo alam. Minus x cubed equals 1. So, ganon. FOIL method tayo. X times x, x squared, then 5x. X times 5 is plus 5x, then plus 5x plus 25. Then, meron pa tayong x sa labas, kaya hindi pa yung tapos. Minus x cubed equals 1. So, x times x squared, ito na nga. X times x is x cubed. X times 5x is positive 5x squared, then positive 5x squared plus 25x minus x cubed. Pag simplify, x cubed minus x cubed. Oo nga, huwag tayo magsalita ng tapos. Plus 10x squared plus 25 equals 1 equals 1. So, cancel na pala si x cubed. quadratic equation pala siya. So, 10x squared plus 25 equals 1. Then, lipat natin si 1. 10x squared plus 25 plus negative 1 equals 0. So, this is the standard form for this given. And as you can see, ang highest degree or yung degree ng ating polynomial is 2. So, this is a quadratic. This is a quadratic equation. So, quadratic equation para siya. And that's it for this lesson. I hope you understand how to identify if the given is quadratic equation or not. Tandaan nyo lang, dapat isulat muna sa standard form, then simplified, then tsaka muna tignan kung ano yung degree ng polynomial. Paano malalaman degree ng polynomial? Ayun yung highest degree or yung pinakamataas na exponent ng isang term or ng single term or ng isang monomial sa ating polynomial. So, ayun lang. That's it. Bye.